Hey Saints of Bethany, we're going to throw together a quick video here just to kind of show how we're going to run things, especially for this first weekend. Obviously, it's a fluid process. We'll be figuring out as we go through the upcoming weeks, but especially for this weekend, this is a procedure we're going to follow. My lovely assistant, Pastor Schumacher, wearing his face mask, will be demonstrating the member, the worshiper perspective. So we ask everybody to use this door. We'll have the doors propped open like this. So even if you're if you like to use the back or side doors, unless it's pouring down rain, I suppose, but we're trying to minimize doors. So we'll try to park in the front section or close by and come to this front door. We'll have them propped open. And if you've got a mask, please wear it. If you don't have a mask yet, we've got 35 additional masks that are going to be available over at the Welcome Center. And so you can grab one of those after you come in on Sunday. So when you first arrive, you walk in through the door at a slowly painful pace, like Pastor Schumacher's doing. The bulletins will be here. Try not to touch a bunch of extra bulletins if you can. Grab your bulletin, hand sanitize, make sure in case you picked up something from the table. Again, if you needed a mask, you can go grab a mask at this point and then come on in. Once you enter the sanctuary, you'll see for the 8:30 service this weekend, we're just going to limit seating to this side. And at the 11 o'clock service, we'll limit seating to this side, and it's also the back. So this back portion is only going to be at the 11 o'clock. And this is partly, right now, it's just we're having trouble figuring out how to sanitize the pews and the pads. So again, 8:30, sit on the right side, only in pews that are marked with our super official marking system, this blue tape. So you'll sit in one of those pews, depending on the size of your family. So if you've got like 5 people coming, we ask you, you know how some of our pews are extra long, so we ask you to sit maybe one of these longer pews to take full advantage of our pew size. If you've come by yourself or maybe with one other person, sit in one of the smaller pews, and we're asking people to sit on the ends. So as you arrive, we're asking you to go as close to the front as you can, sitting on the ends, and people will fill in behind you as they arrive. Unless you have a larger family, like 3 or more, go to one of these larger pews to make sure we can fill those up. So as you arrive, Pastor Schumacher, since he's the first one here, he'll go all the way to the front. All this mess will be cleaned up by Sunday. And then wait for service to begin. So on the service this week, we'll ask you to keep your face mask on during the service. I know this is uncomfortable and painful, and I can't stand it. But eventually, we'll be able to get back to normal. But for now, as we're figuring things out, please wear your mask during the service, and we're going to limit singing to maybe just nothing for now, because apparently singing can be help this spread. So we don't want to spread it. So wear your mask, we'll reduce singing, we'll have the service. When we get to the time for communion, there's not going to be any ushers. You'll actually release yourself by pew, and we'll kind of give you, I'll come here, and I'll kind of give the nod. And then I'll have the bread here, so as you come up, we ask you to hand sanitize, and you go back at just with perspective. Don't fall in the font. Hand sanitize. So first you'll notice he took his mask off. Hand sanitize. And then I'm going to drop the bread into the hand. If I touch anybody's hands, I'm going to hand sanitize again, but I'm just going to be dropping it. So cup your hands for me. I can drop it into your hands, and you'll step to the side and eat the bread. And then Pastor Schumacher or Sackerson will be standing here, and the wine will be in here, but spread out, so you don't have to worry about touching other people's stuff. The blood of Christ for you. Take it, step to the side, drink the wine, and then place the wine back into this basket, and then return to your pew. Obviously, and depending on the sections that we'll be using, the rotation is going to be a little bit different, but we'll figure it out, especially this first week, once we know how many people are coming and how we're going to get this figured out. So Following the service, we're not going to have an offering, so following the service, offering plates are available at the doors as you exit the sanctuary. And at the end of the service, after Pastor Schumacher and we finish the benediction and the announcements, we'll ask people to usher themselves out by pew starting in the back. And we'll remind you that. So if you're sitting in the back, go ahead and take off. Bathrooms, we're asking you to limit use of the bathrooms if possible. We'll have some wipes and stuff available in there for wiping stuff down if you've used it. But also we just try to avoid touching as many things as possible so we can be sure to maintain a sanitary place as possible. Anything that I forgot that you want to add?
The only thing I was thinking is as you come in and as you wait for communion, make sure you're socially distanced by family.
Oh yeah, very good. So since groups are ushering themselves in and you're coming up to communion, there's no hurry. Don't crowd at the sanitizing station. We'll be able to space people out. And since we're not going to be kneeling, it's going to be a quick rotation. It should go relatively quickly. So yeah, don't crowd there at the sanitizer, and don't crowd in the narthex or in the back. But as soon as the service is over, go ahead and exit the sanctuary if you would. And feel free to talk to people, keeping social distance outside. We just want to kind of keep things moving to get people out of here. So we're excited to get back to worship. We look forward to seeing you this weekend. God's blessings.